Breaking news today, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we dive deep into one of the most polarizing topics in modern U.S. politics, President-elect Donald Trump's plan for mass deportations of undocumented immigrants. This ambitious initiative, described as the largest deportation operation in American history, could reshape the nation's immigration policies and impact millions of lives. The stakes are enormous, with an estimated 11 million undocumented immigrants currently residing in the United States. This plan has sparked both praise and outrage. Critics question its feasibility and morality, while supporters argue it's a necessary step to protect American sovereignty and restore the rule of law. In this episode, we'll explore the details of the plan, the criteria for deportations, the challenges ahead, and the broader implications for the nation. So buckle up, Buttercup, as we delve into this groundbreaking story and examine what it means for America's. Segment 1. The scope of Trump's plan, President-elect Trump's mass deportation plan, is unprecedented in scale, targeting millions of undocumented immigrants across the country. During his campaign and subsequent public addresses, Trump consistently emphasized his commitment to stringent immigration enforcement. This proposal is the realization of those promises, but its magnitude has left many questioning its feasibility and potential consequences. While exact figures have not been confirmed, sources close to the administration suggest the deportation effort will target a significant portion of the estimated 11 million undocumented immigrants residing in the U.S. This surpasses the deportation numbers of any prior administration, including Barack Obama's, which saw the removal of over 3 million individuals during his 2 terms. Critics argue that such a broad operation could have unintended consequences, including the disruption of families, economic turmoil in industries reliant on undocumented labor, and significant backlash from communities that oppose aggressive enforcement tactics. Conversely, supporters view this plan as a long overdue measure to uphold the integrity of the nation's borders and immigration system. They argue that undocumented immigration undermines the rule of law and places undue strain on public services and resources. Trump's plan isn't just about numbers. It's a symbol of his administration's hardline stance on immigration. By committing to such an extensive operation, he is sending a clear message to both supporters and opponents that he intends to prioritize immigration enforcement above all else. The criteria for deportation under Trump's plan reveal a multi-tiered strategy, prioritizing certain groups while maintaining a broad mandate to remove all undocumented immigrants. According to sources, the initial focus will be on individuals with criminal records. This category includes those convicted of violent crimes, drug offenses, and other serious charges. Proponents argue that prioritizing these individuals enhances public safety and aligns with long-standing bipartisan goals. Visa overstays form the second tier of targets. These individuals entered the U.S. legally but failed to leave when their visas expired. While their presence is technically unlawful, many visa overstays have lived in the U.S. for years, contributing to their communities and economies. Critics warn removing such individuals could have unintended consequences, particularly for families with mixed immigration statuses. Recent border crossers make up the third tier. These are individuals who entered the U.S. in the last few years, often seeking asylum or fleeing violence in their home countries. Trump's plan includes expedited removal processes for this group, aiming to deter future unauthorized crossings. However, immigration advocates caution that many of these individuals are fleeing dire circumstances and may face persecution or death if returned to their countries of origin. While these categories suggest a prioritization framework, the plan's broad language indicates that all undocumented immigrants are at risk of deportation. This approach has led to widespread concern among immigrant communities and their allies. The implementation of Trump's deportation plan involves a multifaceted approach designed to maximize efficiency and bypass traditional barriers. A critical component is the declaration of a national emergency, allowing the administration to mobilize resources and streamline deportation processes. While past administrations have used similar measures, the scale of this initiative makes it unprecedented. The military will play a supporting role, providing logistical assets such as transportation and infrastructure. Enforcement actions will remain under immigration and customs enforcement jurisdiction, But the military's involvement raises questions about the boundaries of civilian and military operation. Critics fear this could normalize the use of military force in domestic matters, a concern echoed by civil liberties advocates. Detention centers will also feature prominently in the plan. A proposed 1,400-acre site in Texas will serve as a processing hub for those awaiting deportation. While these centers aim to expedite the process, they have already drawn criticism for potential overcrowding, inadequate oversight, and human rights concerns. To address legal challenges, the administration is considering invoking the Insurrection Act and the Alien Enemies Act. These measures would provide the legal framework to deploy military forces domestically and target non-citizens from adversarial nations. However, such actions are likely to face significant judicial and political opposition, further complicating the plan's execution. Trump's plan faces a myriad of challenges, from logistical hurdles to political and legal opposition. The sheer scale of the operation raises questions about feasibility. Can ICE and its supporting agencies handle the massive caseloads? Detention centers, transportation logistics, and court systems may all face overwhelming strain. Legal challenges are already in motion. Civil rights groups argue the plan could violate constitutional protections, including due process and equal treatment under the law. Expedited removal processes and broad criteria for deportation are likely to be contested in court, potentially delaying or limiting the plan's implementation. Sanctuary cities and states also pose significant resistance. Many local governments have vowed not to cooperate with federal enforcement, creating flashpoints that could escalate tensions between state and federal authorities. Opponents argue that aggressive deportation tactics harm community trust and discourage undocumented individuals from reporting crimes or seeking medical care. Economically, the removal of millions of workers could disrupt industries heavily reliant on undocumented labor, such as agriculture, construction, and hospitality. Critics warn that this could lead to labor shortages, higher consumer costs, and broader economic ripple effects. Beyond these immediate challenges, the plan raises profound questions about America's identity and values. As a nation built on immigration, how does such a policy align with its historical narrative? Will it reinforce the rule of law or undermine principles of fairness and compassion? The implications extend beyond Trump's presidency. Donald Trump's mass deportation plan represents one of the most ambitious and controversial policy proposals in modern U.S. history. Its potential to reshape immigration enforcement and redefine national values makes it a critical issue for Americans on all sides of the debate. Supporters view it as a necessary step to uphold the rule of law and protect national security, while critics warn of legal challenges, economic consequences, and humanitarian concerns. The coming months will reveal whether this plan can be implemented as envisioned or whether it will falter under the weight of opposition and logistical complexity. What are your thoughts on this historic proposal? Join the conversation by sharing your opinions, and don't forget to subscribe and support us as we continue to explore the most pressing topics of our time. Stay informed, stay engaged. Thank you for watching ESN IC News, your source for rapid-fire news.